A controversial traffic change that was scheduled to go into effect inside Roger Williams Park this morning is causing some confusion.
The new traffic pattern will not take effect until tomorrow now due to today's rainy weather, but that didn't stop confusion at the park today. Signs advertising the change caused some drivers to go the wrong way.
Eyewitness News reporter Jared Planner has more on the change and what local officials have to say live from the mobile newsroom. Jared?
Mike and Shannon, black trash bags like you see here covering up do not enter and one-way signs throughout the park. As you say, officials still planning on doing this tomorrow. Confusion this morning for drivers heading through Roger Williams Park. A new traffic pattern delayed. Travel was set to become one way up from Cranston's Park Avenue, but the city says rain prevented overnight work. Signage wrongly alerting to a change before being turned off.
People have been stopping, asking us, what are you talking about, no one way? When is this happening? Well, it's supposed to be already happened this morning. Protesters
out Thursday saying residents are in the dark about the plan, long pushed by Providence Mayor Jorge Elorza, and calling the move unsafe.
I firmly believe that when it's a nice wide speedway, that speed is going to increase ridiculously, and I don't think it's going to be safe for bikers.
Elorza saying it's the exact opposite, protecting visitors from drivers who misuse the area.
It's a park, and we want people to enjoy it as a park. It's not a cut through, it's not a shortcut to get from one neighborhood to the next. When you look at other parks throughout the state, they have this same one-way rotation. You go to Lincoln Woods, you go to Cold State Park, so it's really nothing different.
Cranston City Hall claiming the communication from Elorza's office has been poor, questioning the adequacy of public meetings and calling for the traffic change to be paused and further studied. Mayor Elorza rejects those characterizations. Eyewitness News, by the way, joining other news outlets in filing a public records request for a traffic study Elorza's office says was done, and we await its release. New at 6, the city's mayors address one another. We'll see you next hour. For now, live with the mobile newsroom in Roger Williams Park, Jared Planner, Eyewitness News.
Controversial traffic pattern change in Roger Williams Park is set to go into effect tomorrow after being delayed a day by the rain. But we saw several protesters in the park today following a confusing morning when signs indicating the one-way pattern was in effect when it actually wasn't. Eyewitness News reporter Jared Planner joins us live from the Providence Mobile Newsroom with the new details at 6. Jared?
Well, Shannon, at 5 o'clock, we brought you residents concerned about safety, congestion, perhaps even school children walking, who also feel Providence's public outreach was poor. Well, new at 6, the mayors aren't exactly happy either. Unsure drivers in Roger Williams Park this morning after overnight weather scrubbed the plan to make traffic up from Park Avenue one way. An activated sign had to be turned off.
What we saw was even Providence school bus and drivers from Providence and Cranston ignoring that sign because there's a lot of confusion.
Fung saying he and Cranston residents have been kept in the dark over Providence Mayor Jorge Elorza's longtime traffic plan.
It's a park, and we want people to enjoy it as a park. It's not a cut through, it's not a shortcut to get from one neighborhood to the next.
It's just not right. The lack of communication, lack of being a good neighbor doesn't sit well.
We have documentation where we reached out directly to Mayor Fung's team. We never heard back from them.
Now a war of words. Protesters Thursday claiming the change will make this park less safe.
Let's take a thoughtful pause on this project. Let's do an appropriate study to see what the impact is going to be. Especially now, we've got 3 weeks left of school. You're changing traffic patterns.
So trying again for the new pattern tomorrow. Eyewitness News, by the way, joining other news outlets in filing a public records request for a traffic study Elorza's office says was done, and we do, in fact, await the release of that study. Live in Roger Williams Park tonight with the mobile newsroom, Jared Planner, Eyewitness News.